So West Ham well beaten. They know they didn't play particularly well. But in our analysis spot today, we want to do something a little different. Instead of concentrating on the game as a whole, we want to concentrate on two players that everybody's talking about, this fabulous Manchester City pair, Colin Bell and Francis Lee, and to get Jeff Hurst to give his opinion of them in the context of the World Cup. With Jeff Hurst is Jimmy Hill.
Well, Jeff, before we talk about those two players, first of all, just a brief word about you. You took some stick in the papers this morning. Do you think it was fair?
I think so. I didn't play particularly well yesterday, and I think what they had to say in the papers was fair.
Well, that's obviously very fair of you, but you've been having some trouble with your back lately. How much has this affected your form?
It's very hard to say, actually. It's there all the time. It's getting much better. We're having treatment twice a day for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and it is getting better, but it is there. But it's very hard to say how much it is troubling me.
You say it is getting better. I mean, supposing England on Wednesday night, would that affect your form for playing for England?
No, I've been playing for West Ham throughout this period. It might be affecting my form. I don't really know, but I've been playing for West Ham at club level with the back.
Well, enough of Jeff Hurst just for a moment. If we can now turn to the two players, Colin Bell and Francis Lee. I spoke after the game yesterday. They're both obviously very happy at that wonderful result that they got in London. And I spoke to Francis Lee about Colin Bell's performance, what he thought of him as a player, what he was like to play with, what is the real Colin Bell.
Well, he's got a lot of ability, and he makes such long runs from behind, and he's always up there with you, and he's always back in defence. With me being the most forward player, he always gets up alongside me, and he always seems to be back in the defence as well, so he's not a bad fault.
Jeff, Colin Bell is the leading scorer at the moment in the First Division, 18 goals. He gets the same rate of scoring as a Greaves or yourself or anybody like that, but he has a different game. He gets back and defends. Would this help you? Would this be a better game for you to play, or is he just one in a million or something?
I think he's one in a million to an extent. This fantastic lung power he has. He does seem to be spoiling things a bit for us strikers in being a midfield player and getting more than the strikers are. But he's got this fantastic lung power, marvellous.
Yeah, but one man can't be that much supreme or more supreme than anybody else in terms of stamina.
Well, he does seem to be to me. I mean, if you analyse him, you see he's up 1 minute with Francis Lee and back helping the defence. And he can make these long runs, 60 or 70 yards, and doesn't seem to bother him.
Well, I must say in yesterday's game he did exactly that, and we've now got an opportunity to look at the places that he got on the field yesterday. Here he is, first of all, there he is heading away a corner just outside his own 6-yard box. And again, Harry Redknapp puts this crossover. Who is it? But again, Colin Bell, and a very accurate header out. Look at the way he's sprinting off there, ready to attack. He's good in the middle of the field, and he's able to resist challenges. He's pretty strong, like that kind of thing, there. And he's also, at moments of crisis, there's Harry Redknapp, he's away, he's 6 yards from his own goal line. Who is that stopping him? Giving away a corner, but preventing a cross, but Colin Bell. But what I like is the way he accelerates here. Look at him running up there from defence, getting a bit muddled up with it, but just watch his skill from now on. A ball out to the right wing, just a moment's hesitation while he supports the fullback there. Now just watch this lovely bit of skill round Bobby Moore, delicate ball laid off, and that beautiful shot there which scrapes past the far post. That is a very unusual footballer.
I think he's unusual in as much as he's got this lung power, marvellous.
He's also got a bit of skill to go on the
end. He's got as much, if not more skill than everybody else as well. But he's different in the fact that he can run all day, he seems to.
There is a school of thought that says he doesn't play as well for England or do this for England right through a match as he does for Manchester City. Would you agree with that on what you've seen from yesterday and playing with him for England?
I think initially this was true, up until about 2 or 3 games ago for England. But this is very, very hard when a new player comes into the side. You feel a bit nervous. I had this same thing happen to me playing for England early on the first 4 or 5 games. But he's overcome this now, and we'll be seeing performances for England as he does for Manchester City.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful news for us for Wednesday night and, of course, for Mexico. But what about his mate, Francis Lee, who on yesterday's ground also was very devastating? And to turn the tables round the other way, at the end of the game, we asked Colin Bell what his opinion was of Francis Lee.
For England.
Oh, well, it's easy playing with Francis as far as I'm concerned. You just give him the ball and let him do the rest.
Francis, you got the ball for the first goal. What about that? Were you always going to put it in the net, or did you just make it?
No, I was looking for something to do with it, and I just finished up. I went round in a circle, and then suddenly I saw the goal, so I just hit it.
Well, there's Francis Lee smiling all over his face. But this business of giving him the ball and letting him get on with it, which he seems to do, and just strike straight for goal, would you see that this is an unusual quality in his play?
This is his best quality, really. He's a very, very positive player. He gets hold of the ball and he goes at people very, very quickly. and he's very, very strong and courageous. And if people can't knock him off the ball, and he can take 2 or 3 on, and if things go well for him, as they did yesterday, he's a world beater.
Yeah, the ground suited him yesterday because of his size. I mean, he was well balanced on that slippery top, would you say?
I don't know whether it suited him. I think he suited the pitch. You know, he made the pitch suit him.
Well, just
really.
Let's look at the way in which he made not only the pitch suit him, but this particular goal for himself. He picks up the ball here. He gives Bobby an uncomfortable time weaving backwards and forwards. There's Bobby Moore against him. Now, as we slow it down, you can see the feints here in slow motion. He pretends to kick it, doesn't, goes on again. And at this point, he told me afterwards that he didn't quite know what he was going to do with the ball. But suddenly, he finds that gap. And there's that shot. People say it was slow. It's bounced twice. But it really has picked up a bit of pace as well, going on that slippery surface. As dangerous a player as there is in the country, would you say, at the moment?
Definitely on that performance, easily the most. When he's on his game, he's easily the most dangerous player.
This style, this Francis Lee's surge that we've seen a few times for England and for Manchester City, of him going forward, you know, is this an unusual thing? Is it a natural ability that he's always had, or what?
I think it's just a characteristic that only happens to Francis, really.
Well, we get a chance to see his cheek there, that lovely back heel pass.
Well, he's a very cocky player as well, isn't he?
There he is, streaking in again.
This is another one of his talents, of course. He's very cocky and...
He was a winger to start with, you see. I think this helps him in that kind of situation. He's used to being on a touchline and hurdling away. And look at the way he goes in to resist that tackle to win the ball.
Very strong, very courageous.
How much does courage play a part? The kind of courage that he shows here. Watch, there are 3 men.
We've got to have it, especially now.
Look at it now.
3 players around him. He's still going,
Knocking Bobby Moore flat on his back. Now look at his face at this point. He's not griping about being held. He's annoyed that he lost the ball in the end. There's a lovely, delicate skill. A back heel, pass, trap. And watch how he builds up this one. Again, this surge forward, wanting to go for goal all the while. And in the end, a delicate ball off for Colin Bell.
Very good.
You looking forward to playing with him on Wednesday night?
Well, I hope I'm in the side. It fell easy the way those two are playing, I would think, at the moment.
Yeah, to play with them.
Play with them, yes.
Yeah.
Not against them.
What about this, the England forward line generally? I mean, do you see the Bell and Lee influence giving us a better chance in the World Cup, something really outstanding?
Definitely. I still think, as I said earlier, that Colin's best performances for England is still to come. And even Francis, and their understanding in an England side, if it can be matched as it is in the Manchester City side, then England are due for an even better performance. Well,
Jeff, let's hope that on Wednesday night that you are in the side, and that with those 2 players you join in the kind of movements that we've seen here on the big match today. Good luck to England if you play, but good luck to them anyway if you don't. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
Well, whatever else they did in the game, Bell and Lee combined to make for Ian Bowyer one of the best goals that we've seen on the big match for some time, and it buried West Ham's hopes. Just watch the way the Manchester City players strike out a defence. There's the end of a toe which gets the ball for them. And see the way the build-up comes. While that moment of disgust is shown there, here's Bell winning the ball and carrying it through the middle of the field. Now watch this lovely pass out to Lee on the wing, his old pal. There's the double act. And Lee, although it's in slow motion there, is really galloping up that wing and really stretching the ball to the far end of the field as quickly as it can be got there. Now he just has a moment there, that's the only pause in the move, to look up, and he sees Bowyer in the middle, moving in. And a lot of people blamed Ferguson for that goal, but I blame those 2 fullbacks for not getting tighter with Bowyer than they are there. Some people said he was inside the 6 box. You can see he's a yard outside it when he heads the ball. And I think there's some doubt as to whether Ferguson should have come and got that ball or not, but there's no doubt that he should have been marked.